I'm about to be a little dramatic. It could mean this could not, just like I said, fun to do. I said in the previous video, like when you do Easter eggs or trying to find out what it means, it is only 30 seconds, child, but it's just fun to do. So I really don't think it's that serious. Yes, it could mean it, could not mean it, whatever. I don't really care. Like, it's art. Let's just dissect it and find things that it could mean. That's all. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Today we're gonna talk about the Lamars Super Bowl trailer. First, I wasn't gonna talk about it, but then the more I watch it, the more I want to, like, I see stuff like Easter eggs, like hypothetical Easter eggs. Like, obviously it's 30 seconds. Like, yes, y'all gonna be surprised what I came up with in 30 seconds. Like, I ain't really been saying nothing much about it besides the whole somebody he was about the 20 and it means something. I can't remember what they said. Somebody about the 20, it didn't make no sense. So I was like, whatever. He was closer to the 30. My y'all really know me nothing about football, but obviously I can see he was closer to the 30 and the 20, and then, you know, SZA and him got the song 30 for 30, so that made more sense to me. He was by the 30, and they just got a release a song called 30 for 30. Then he brought out SZA, like, and then obviously we already knew she was gonna be a guest. If you said pick one person that you think Kendrick Lamar is gonna have as a guest, I would have said SZA. Like, obviously they're going on tour together. She was on his album. He was on her album. They were on the same label. I don't think on no more. They was on the same label. Like, obviously, she was going to be one of the guests. And I don't know if people are slow or they can't comprehend, or they just want to hate Kendrick. How when he got the Super Bowl, they was like, "Oh, it should be Wayne." It didn't make no sense. Then, like, I got a video about that if you want to go look at that. But that didn't make no sense. So it's like people try to nitpick and find anything to discredit Kendrick or go with Kendrick instead of just having common sense or just logic. Obviously, every performer besides Rihanna, like, I don't know if I've seen every Super Bowl in the world, but, and if I have, it ain't like I'm watching it all the time. So, because it's one every year, so it's not like I'm watching it all the time. So the only person I can think of off the top of my head that didn't have any guests was Rihanna. Like, everybody, you think SZA's gonna be the only guest? People are acting like, even when you look, I don't know when people watched it, and sometimes depending on where you watch the video, you can't really see the 30, you can see the 20, but you know obviously the 30 is there, but you can't really see it. But when you watch the trailer on YouTube that's on the Apple Music page, you see the 30 clearly. And when you click on the one on Apple Music on the YouTube, it says Kendrick headliner, not co-headliner, and it specifically said with guest SZA. Like, co-headliner and guest are not the same thing. I don't know why people think that's the same word. It's not the same word. It's not the same meaning. Obviously, performers have guests. The only time I can think of a co-headliner, I'm sure there's been other, but the main one I can think of is, it's like that's the co-headline, when they both equally share the stage, like do an equal amount of stuff. SZA's probably gonna come out and do a couple of songs they got together. She might do one by herself, because, you know, to give Kendrick a chance to, like, transition and, you know, do something. You know how they doing, transition to do something else, or change, or get to another part of the set or something like that. So she probably will do one by herself. But it's like, you already knew that. And then it just looked aesthetically pleasing too, with the blue or whatever, with the blue Gatorade. Somebody says Gatorade because that's the thing. With the blue Gatorade, and he had on the blue, and then, you know, whole LA thing, and like, that was good. So, and I heard people talking about the marching band, something about Tyler the Creator or something. Everybody be having marching bands. Like, black culture has marching bands. That's what they do. Beyonce had on. Everybody has marching bands when they perform. It's not like a shocker, like, ooh, only Tyler's one person to do this, whatever. No. So when I saw the marching band, I was like, okay, yeah, okay, that's cool. Like, but then when the song came on, and when SZA pulled the Gatorade on him, and, you know, it started going in slow-mo, and then Hey Now came on, it made sense. Because, you know, on Hey Now, he was like, on there we walk, for the win, for the win. Like, again, obviously he won a battle. Obviously it's a Super Bowl, it's a game, so obviously it's going to be a winner, so that's the theme on that. And then, you know, when you pull the bucket, whoever wins get the bucket pulled on them. So that whole little thing too with it, with the blue, one, it just looked aesthetically pleasing. I don't know if they just have a deep meaning. Blue can't have many meanings, but it just did look aesthetically pleasing. But the Hey Now and then walking on every walk, for the win, when they did that, when you see everything get tied together, to me, Because I was wondering, Kendrick rarely do anything, just do it. So I'm like, why did he choose Hey Now as that? And Hey Now, when it first come on, it has like that eerie feel, like peekaboo, like a scary movie type feel. So then they did it in slow mo or whatever. And then if you the chorus or whatever, the honorary walk for the win, then I'm not gonna get into what honorary walk is and how that I'm not doing all that, but the honorary walk for the win, so that's another thing. So yeah, that's it on that. I wanted to also get into I've said in the previous video that I don't think he's going to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. If it was me personally, I wouldn't perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. Not because I'm like trying to give Drake a bone or be like it's like beating a dead horse at this point. I wouldn't do it because me and Kendrick just said he's selfish and all this. So, and it's when they was in battling. So when I look back on the Super Bowl, I don't want to think about Drake. I don't want to think about the beef. I want to think about my discography and my albums and what I put together. Kendrick is very. I'm pretty sure I said this in the video too. That's why I was like, Not Like Us. I didn't think it was gonna be on the album. If he was gonna have an album, I'm like, he's not gonna put it on the album because he takes his album very seriously. Like he really thinks about it. So it's like, I'm not gonna say the beef songs was throwaways. They were good, but they weren't something he thought about to put in an album. It wasn't like he was making it to put on the album, So I didn't think that was gonna be on the album. Then Not Like Us, I've been saying I don't think he's gonna perform it only because if I was him, which I'm not, but I'm saying if I was Kendrick and I was in a beef, want a beef, I'm not playing. I'm not giving you. People think it's like embarrassing him and be like, oh, if he would do it, that would be the reason to do it, just to put the final nail in the coffin. But he already probably gonna get Grammys for it or whatever. So I think that's a good enough nail in the coffin. But when I look back on the Super Bowl, I don't want to think about Drake. I don't want to think about the beef. I want to look at my discography and what I done build, and not it be contributed to a beef. Like, I would want it to be all about me and not in the spotlight. The people I bring in, obviously, they've been on my songs like SZA and other guests. Like, yes, I would want them to be a part of it, but I wouldn't want the beef to be a part of my performance. I wouldn't do it, but I know everybody is thinking gonna do it, want him to do it. I wouldn't do it, but like I said, Kendrick, the only way I think Kendrick would do it with this whole Drake lawsuit thing, he not suing him, but he's suing the label or whatever. But the only reason why he would do it, because the people doing stuff making Kendrick mad, then he'll be like, okay, I wasn't gonna do it at first, but now since you doing this lawsuit, so I'm gonna play it just because you act like I can't play it or telling me not to play it or trying to petition me not to play it or whatever going on, like trying to stop it. I'm gonna do it just to spite you. If he did do it, I think he would do it for that reason. But like, when you think ahead, like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or whenever Kendrick transition or whatever, hopefully a long time from now, you gonna think, you don't want to look back on the Super Bowl and be like, oh, and start talking about the beef. You don't want people talking about the beef. You want people talking about your creative work and not the beef. But that's me. Like I said, I don't know. Kendrick gonna do what he want to do. He do what he want to do. But that's why I wouldn't do it. But like I said, if he did do it, I think that would be a spite. Like, okay, you want to play? I'm gonna go ahead and put the final nail in the coffin or whatever. But that's just my little 2 cents on that. Okay, bye.